Traveling after the age of 75 is still possible, but now packing your suitcase is no longer enough. Flight times and hotel reservations are no longer the only things you need to plan. Your body's limits have changed. Your immune system functions differently. Your mental reflexes have slowed down. And all of these can turn a wonderful vacation into an unexpected nightmare. Of course, seeing new places, adding excitement to your life, collecting memories to share with your grandchildren is very precious. But the truth is, every trip taken after the age of 75 must be planned with great care. Because now when you travel, you're not only facing beautiful experiences, you're also facing hidden dangers. Some threaten your health. Some can leave you in financial trouble. And some may lead to fatigue that could last for years without you even realizing it. So what are these risks? And if you're planning a trip after 75, what are the things you absolutely must consider? In this video, we'll share the 6 biggest dangers of traveling after age 75. And the last one on the list is something most people don't even think of. Yet it's often the one that causes the deepest regret. I strongly recommend watching the video until the end, because this information could protect not only you, but also your loved ones. If you're ready, let's begin with the first item. And make your travel planning the most mindful it has ever been. 1. Increased exposure to infections and contagious diseases. One of the biggest risks of traveling after age 75 is also the one that seems the simplest from the outside, but carries the most dangerous impact. Germs. Yes, booking a plane ticket is not the end of it, because as we age, the immune system is no longer as strong as it was in youth, which means even a simple virus, an ordinary cold, or something you eat could leave you bedridden for days. Airports, bus terminals, train stations, you breathe the same air, touch the same doors, use the same restrooms as hundreds of other people. And viruses? They drift around these crowded spaces like shadows. What's worse, microbes carried by people from all over the world may be completely foreign to your body. Airplanes in particular deserve special caution. You're traveling in a closed environment for hours, breathing recirculated air. And a passenger not wearing a mask could be spreading a virus from several seats away without you even knowing it. Food and drink are another concern. New flavors are exciting, of course, but unfamiliar spices, cooking methods, or poor hygiene can wreak havoc on your digestive system. And don't forget, as we age, the body has a harder time recovering from dehydration. So even just a case of diarrhea can turn into a serious health crisis. Let's take an example. Margaret, age 76. On her first trip to Europe, she ordered a salad at a local restaurant, but the salad had been washed with local tap water. Just that one plate of salad confined Margaret to her hotel room for 3 days, and she spent half her vacation searching for a pharmacy. So what should you do? Whenever possible, drink bottled or filtered water. Avoid open street food. Wearing a mask in crowded places can still be very helpful. Wash your hands frequently or carry an alcohol-based sanitizer with you. And always prepare a small travel health kit. Stomach meds, fever reducers, probiotic supplements. Because travel is not just about going, it's about staying healthy while you're there. In your opinion, what's the most important hygiene tip to follow while traveling? Share in the comments so we can build a pool of helpful knowledge together. 2. Increased risk of falls and injuries. Traveling after the age of 75 is not just about packing a suitcase. It's also a test for your body and balance system. Because as we age, reflexes slow down, muscles lose strength, and bones become more fragile. At home, you may not notice these changes, but walking on unfamiliar surfaces, going up and down stairs you're not used to, or experiencing a sudden break on a bus. These may seem like ordinary situations, but they can pose serious danger. A single slip, a momentary stumble, can change the course of your life. Not everything in your travel environment is designed with your safety in mind, especially in historical areas. Narrow sidewalks, slippery cobblestone streets, or steep, uneven paths. Even in a hotel room, a curled-up rug or poor lighting can become a serious hazard. Let's take a look. Thomas, age 78. He went on a group trip from Germany to Spain. During an evening walk in Barcelona, his foot caught on the cobblestones. The fall didn't seem serious, but he broke his wrist. He spent the rest of his vacation in the hospital and returned home with a cast. It was just a few seconds of lost balance, but it led to months of recovery. At this age, injuries heal more slowly and can lead to greater complications. And remember, it's not just bones that break. Sometimes your confidence does too. You might lose the courage to take long trips again. So how can you reduce the risk of falling? Incorporate balance exercises into your daily routine. Always wear supportive shoes. If you need a cane or walking aid, don't let pride stop you. Use it. Never rush. Take slow, deliberate steps. Use a nightlight in hotel rooms. Waking up in the dark and trying to navigate can be extremely risky. Travel is meant to inspire you, not injure you. With the right precautions, you can regain those confident steps once again. Have you ever experienced a minor accident while traveling? Share it in the comments. Your story might be a valuable lesson for someone else. 3. Travel fatigue and recovery challenges. When we think of travel, we often imagine joyful memories, beautiful landscapes, and cultural discoveries. But if you're over the age of 75, it's essential to also consider how physically demanding this experience can be. As we age, our body's recovery time increases. The fatigue that once disappeared with a single night's sleep can now linger for days or even weeks. Long flights, layovers, time zone shifts. All of these disrupt your body clock, weaken your immune system, and leave you vulnerable to all kinds of physical stress. And it doesn't stop at mere tiredness. Seemingly minor travel issues like sleepless nights, irregular meals, and dehydration can quickly lead to serious symptoms such as mental fog, dizziness, digestive problems, and extreme fatigue. Fatigue builds up more intensely with age. You may find it harder to get out of bed in the morning, feel more exhausted after long walks, or notice your attention span shortening. This not only diminishes the quality of your trip, but significantly increases the risk of accidents, infections, and falls. Jet lag, for example, lasts longer at this age. Even a 1-hour time difference can disrupt your hormone balance and sleep cycle for days. And a body that hasn't rested properly can't keep the immune system functioning as it should. This makes you more susceptible to all kinds of illnesses. The pace of travel also adds another layer of pressure. There are sights to see, tours not to miss, limited time. Under all these expectations, people often push their limits without realizing it. When schedules are packed too tightly, days without rest can lead to both physical and mental breakdown. That's why, when planning travel in older age, it's crucial to respect your body's needs. So what can you do? Keep your transportation plans flexible. Choose direct flights and avoid layovers. Always include rest breaks in your daily itinerary. Select destinations with similar time zones. Nearby regions are often more comfortable than distant continents. Prioritize good sleep. When choosing a hotel, look for comfortable beds and quiet surroundings. Make sure to drink enough water, eat regular meals, and avoid excessive caffeine. If needed, prepare your body before the trip with light walks and gentle exercises to build resilience. Traveling is still possible and still enjoyable, but it's up to you to prevent that joy from turning into lasting fatigue. Know your limits and set your pace accordingly. When you return from a long trip, how long does it take for you to regain your energy? Share your experience in the comments. Your story could help guide others. 4. Emotional toll of travel. Loneliness, anxiety, and being out of place. Travel isn't just a physical journey, it's also a mental and emotional experience. But after the age of 75, this experience can bring unexpected emotional challenges for many older adults. Arriving in a foreign country, not being able to read street signs, not understanding what people are saying. This is not just a communication problem. It's a deep feeling of alienation that can make someone feel excluded and alone. I don't belong here. This thought can gradually turn into inner restlessness or even anxiety. For seniors traveling alone, this feeling becomes even more intense. There's no familiar face around, no trusted voice, no helping hand to guide the way. And all of this can suddenly make someone feel lost and helpless right in the middle of their trip. Add in the difficulties of navigation, getting on the wrong bus, getting lost in a complex subway system, or struggling to find the hotel address, and a sense of panic kicks in. That panic speeds up the heart rate, raises blood pressure, and causes mental fog. In such moments, even seniors who are physically well may experience serious emotional fatigue. The joy of travel gets overshadowed by overwhelming stress. Many older travelers blame themselves when they feel this way. Why wasn't I more careful? I wish I hadn't come alone. But the problem isn't them. It's going unprepared and underestimating the emotional weight of travel. So how can this be prevented? First, learning a few basic phrases in the local language makes a big difference. Words like where, can you help me, police, and hospital can ease feelings of isolation. Downloading navigation and map apps in advance helps reduce the risk of getting lost, even if your phone has no internet. Before your trip, write down the local Turkish consulate, embassy, or emergency assistance center addresses. It provides peace of mind. And if possible, don't travel alone. At least for the first few days, joining a guided tour or going with someone you know can make the entire experience more manageable. Remember, the joy of travel begins with peace of mind. And sometimes, our heaviest luggage isn't in our suitcases, but in the worries we carry within. If you've watched this far and this topic resonated with you, write in the comments. Number 4 spoke to me. Knowing how many others feel the same way might be the first step in easing that sense of loneliness. 5. Travel insurance and financial risk. When planning a trip, most people think about their suitcase, passport, and map apps. But after the age of 75, one of the most important preparations is unfortunately often overlooked. Financial security and proper insurance coverage. When a trip gets canceled, when emergency surgery is needed abroad, or when you fall victim to a scam, all your plans can fall apart. But the worst part? The savings you've built up over years can vanish in an instant. Many older adults assume, I have travel insurance, I'll be fine. But when you look at the fine print, most policies offer limited coverage or serious exclusions for those over 75. That means it's very possible to hear, this isn't covered, after a medical incident abroad. And that can mean thousands of dollars in hospital bills, medications, and emergency services. In some cases, just the cost of an air ambulance can reach $20,000 to $30,000. And the financial risks don't end there. What if a fake travel company sold you a non-existent reservation? What if the private driver who offered to help was actually trying to clone your credit card? These scenarios are stressful for anyone, but for seniors, the impact can be devastating. The financial loss and emotional distress can wipe away the entire joy of the trip. So what can be done? First, thoroughly review your travel health insurance. It's not enough to simply have it. Make sure the policy is comprehensive and age-appropriate. Ensure it covers emergency surgery, hospital stays, evacuation, and medication. Trip cancellation insurance is also critical. Plans can change, health issues can arise, and without insurance, getting your money back may not be possible. Always make bookings through reputable and well-known platforms. I found a great deal often ends in disappointment. While traveling, don't hand your credit card over at restaurants. Pay yourself whenever possible. Don't carry large amounts of cash. It increases the risk of loss or theft. And perhaps most importantly, before leaving the country, leave your full itinerary with a trusted loved one. Let them know where you'll be staying, how to reach you, and provide them with copies of your insurance documents. Travel is a beautiful thing, but every great journey requires a solid foundation of preparation. What are your thoughts on this? Have you ever overlooked a detail related to travel insurance? If this topic got you thinking, type number 5 made me think in the comments to share your thoughts with other viewers. 6. Increased health risks and medical emergencies. One of the greatest risks of traveling after the age of 75 is unexpected health problems. At home, a simple spike in blood pressure can be managed immediately. But in a foreign country, where you don't speak the language and don't know the healthcare system, this simple issue can suddenly become a life-threatening crisis. What if you suddenly experience heart palpitations? What if your shortness of breath worsens? What if you run out of your blood pressure medication and can't find the same one abroad? Such emergencies are especially risky for those with pre-existing chronic conditions. Heart disease, COPD, diabetes, high blood pressure. These illnesses can worsen during travel due to changing time zones, fatigue, poor sleep, and irregular eating habits. And of course, another major danger, prolonged immobility. Spending hours sitting on a plane or bus increases the risk of deep vein thrombosis, blood clots in the legs, for those over 75. If these clots reach the lungs, they can have fatal consequences. Then there are language and cultural barriers. In a medical emergency abroad, not being able to explain your symptoms to healthcare workers, not being understood clearly. This can lead to delays in treatment, miscommunication, and critical errors. That's why there are some vital precautions you must take before your trip. Visit your doctor before traveling, especially if you have chronic illnesses. Get a thorough health evaluation. Bring all your medications in adequate supply with extras. Write down the active ingredients of your medications in English or the language of the country you're visiting. Brand names may vary, but the active ingredient remains the same. During the trip, get up and move every 1-2 hours to support blood circulation. Bring simple monitoring devices to track blood pressure, pulse, and glucose levels. Listen to your body. If something feels off, act immediately. Remember, reaching a hospital abroad by ambulance, even with just a few hours delay, can lead to life-altering consequences. This risk is especially doubled for elderly individuals traveling alone. Doing these checkups before your trip, preparing your medications correctly, understanding your insurance coverage, and learning about the healthcare system in your destination country. These small but critical steps can protect you from a major disaster. Do these risks sound familiar to you? Would you like to share your own experience? Leave a comment saying, "Number 6 really spoke to me," to connect with thousands of others who feel the same. Traveling, seeing new places, discovering new tastes, capturing the colors of life. These are things that nourish the human soul, no matter your age. But after the age of 75, these journeys no longer end with just packing a suitcase. Now there are more details to consider, more precautions to take. Because the body changes, reflexes slow down, habits evolve. In this video, we explored 6 major hidden risks behind traveling. Unexpected health problems, the danger of falling, fatigue from long trips, infection risks, financial traps, and emotional loneliness. These weren't shared to scare you, but to help you live your life with more safety and peace of mind. Remember, being prepared is the safest form of courage. Perhaps you or a loved one is planning a trip soon. You can share this video to help inform and protect them too. And now we ask you, which of these risks do you think is the most important to watch out for? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your perspective could touch and guide many others. If you found value in this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to our channel. Your support is like a compass for us. Until the next video, wishing you healthy and safe days ahead.